Hi, how are you? I hope you're doing so well. Welcome to my first my first TBR of the year, because I don't think it'll be January when you see this. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't be. I'm so excited for whatever this next year brings, and I thought I would start off with, of course, another not a sit down, just like a weird meander through my apartment. So many things have been rearranged. I actually have a bookshelf in my room right now. First of all, I absolutely love these earrings. I will link everything below because these ones came all the way from Saskatchewan from a small business. So thank you so much. These are so beautiful. They're little Christmas trees and they like perfectly match my pajamas that I'm wearing today. I would also like to introduce you guys to the sponsor of this video. Thank you so much, Likewise, for sponsoring this video. I have worked with them before and I'm delighted to be working with them again. If you've never heard of them, they are an app that helps you solve the problem of when you read something you just loved so much and you just want to consume everything ever that vaguely resembles that or has to do with that, and you have no clue where to look. Likewise is an app that combines smart technology with recommendations from real people, and they create and curate recommendations for you. All you have to do is download the app, which is completely free, put in books, movies, genres, anything you like, whatever you're interested in. They have so many different categories, and once you fill that out, you will be paired with recommendations specifically made for you. So for example, everyone knows I've been on the hunt, I've been on the prowl for my winter reads, and this has been so helpful, and some of these are in today's video. A feature that is really cool that you can use daily is called Today Cards. It's like it's like Tinder but for books, because you can swipe through them every single day. They refresh your recommendations and you can either choose like, yes, I'm interested in this, or no, thank you. I will leave the link down in the description box. All you have to do is click the link. You can follow me on Likewise too, so hopefully you can find some recommendations you love. I just wanted this video to be a very cozy kind of setting the mood almost, or setting the intention, yes, for the new year, which is just to take it slow, take really good care of ourselves, be very kind to ourselves, and just be cozy with ourselves, I think, is what I want. And definitely my reading as well. I don't want there's really no pressure, because reading is just something I always gravitate towards. It's something I pretty much always want to do, just because it's like one of the loves of my life. Yeah, I just wanted this video to be super cozy. It's around 1 p.m. I'm still in my PJs. Before getting into this video, I have a bunch of categories I want to sort my reading into, because I have a lot of schoolwork. I have been absolutely procrastinating so much with my reading and stuff like that I probably should have been catching up on over the holidays, and surprise, quelle surprise, I've done none of it. I'm so excited to also begin writing in this new reading journal. This is from Stella Bookish Art. I'll leave this link down below. I used her reading journal all of last year, loved it, and I'm so happy to have this gorgeous one. And she also sent me a little bookmark, which is so sweet. So we have January's spread of everything, and then I also want to fill out the calendar. Let's begin. The categories this time: I have book club reads, I have school reads, I have stuff I'm already in the middle of. I got a Kindle for Christmas, so we're gonna go through all my Kindle reads. I'm just very excited for the new year. It just feels so good, and I just really want to do everything with so much purpose. I focus this year on going a little bit deeper into what I'm reading. I'd like to make a lot more dedicated videos this year on books I've read, whether that's video essays or stuff I did with like Letters to a Young Poet or Snow Country or Oliver Twist, because I really love those, and it really lets me spend so much more meaningful time with a book as well. So let's begin by, actually, what should we start with? We should probably start with schoolwork, because I think that's probably most important. Okay, so we're gonna be reading Ben Jonson, it looks like. What else? Ben Jonson, George Herbert. Okay, oh my gosh, let's write this down. And then for trauma and crisis, we're reading Frankenstein, which I've actually gotten a little bit of a head start on. I think I'm good on track for that one, because first of all, I love that book, but I also am thinking I'm going to be writing an essay or something like that on it, so I've really been trying to pay attention and stuff. Okay, then we're going to be reading Tennyson, Ulysses. as well as Browning, My Last Duchess, which I've already read. And then, okay, there's a lot here. It looks like there's also going to be a lot of poetry in this class for January, because we're also going to be reading Yeats and T.S. Eliot and Auden. So I think Frankenstein and Volpone are like the big works. So other than that, it doesn't look too bad, but definitely still is a lot of reading. So here is the edition of Frankenstein I'm reading. This is the Arcturus edition. As you can see, I'm a little bit of the way through. I'm currently on page 88. Loving it. I forget, I don't know which reread this is for me. Probably like maybe my third reread or fourth, but I love it. And this time I'm like annotating it. So briefly, like my annotations, what even are they? I'm using yellow for like science and like man's or Victor's, you know, hubris and like meddling with nature and life, and like all of his very arrogant, awful things he says. And then green I'm using to keep track of things with the monster, because like I don't really know what I want this essay to be about yet, if I even want to do it on Frankenstein. But the blue tabs are actually what I'm the most interested in, because it's something I just kind of noticed this reread, is that there is like this counterbalance to Dr. Frankenstein like creating the monster and creating life, whereas the women in his life, like Elizabeth's mother, or Victor's mother, Justine and all of that, like they like harbor life. Like they have this trend of adopting people who need to be taken in or who are less fortunate than them, and it's like this trend that continues back, it seems like, in their ancestry. And of course Victor's mother just like takes in Elizabeth takes in Justine, and it's like this fostering of life in a very different, positive way to the monster's way, at least. So using pink just for quotes I love, because Mary Shelley's writing, I love it. So that's where I currently am. I just got to like book 2 or volume 2 of Frankenstein. Absolutely adoring this. I highly recommend if you haven't read it. I think it is super duper just good and amazing, and I love it. So that is something I will definitely be continuing to read. I've been reading about 8 pages of this, 7 or 8 pages of this a day, just to get through it on time and prolong the reading experience. So that is definitely the first thing that will probably be finished in the first week of January. So yeah. Another book I have had on my shelves for such a long time, and my audiobook hold finally came in, so I decided to pick it up, but I don't think I'll be finishing it off in 2021, is Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. This is my first Virginia Woolf book, and it's like taking me a little bit to get into. This is essentially narrating one day in the life of Mrs. Dalloway, who is like the perfect hostess. She's a society woman, but it's just like all about how one day literally holds like the universe and has a whole life inside of it, and how your life is valuable no matter what you're doing. It's full no matter what you're doing. You're not doing it wrong. And it's a really cool psychological look into like her life and what she's thinking over the course of like just this one day while she's planning a party and like getting ready for a party at, I think, her home. So I'm 32 pages in. It's definitely like a style that takes a long time to read, because you're just like going through her mind and what's happening around her, but I'm really enjoying it. And I don't know if this is like the best place to start with Virginia Woolf, but this is like my audiobook came in, so I was like, you know what, we're gonna do it. I've wanted to read this for a while. I've had this book for a very long time, so finally gonna be reading this in January. So very excited. If you've read this, tell me how you liked it, because I'm curious. So I think the other books I currently have on the go I will be finishing up in the next couple of days before. Oh no, that's a big fat lie. I don't think I'll be finishing up Neon Gods. Like maybe potentially, but I still have a long way to go, and today's already the 28th. I'm on page 154. I started this and then I put it down just because I wanted to get all of my Christmas books out of the way, but I think once I finish like all of my wintry books in December, I'm gonna pick this up again and just finish it off, because this was a book I was really excited to get into, and it is good. I'm enjoying it so far, so I will definitely finish it up. This is a dark romance retelling of the Greek gods, I believe. Yeah, it's like totally focused on Hades and Persephone, but like it has all of the other Greek gods in it. It's set in a city where basically like the role of the Greek gods is like this position of power that normal human beings have, and so when Persephone's mom behind her back engages her to Zeus, she runs away to like the lower part of the city where apparently you're not allowed to go, and which is also conveniently where Hades lives. So those are the two I think I'm gonna drag into the new year with me. Random pair, but there we have it. Picking what to read here, I think I'm going to start with these two shelves that you're currently on, which is where I was putting everything I was excited to read in the wintry months, along with some new books I've got that I'm really excited to read. So the one that I've had the longest that I feel like I should just pick up, it's also very short, I wanted to read this for forever, is The Ice Palace. Look how gorgeous. I'm obsessed with this cover. This is by Tania Vesos, and I've heard it is just absolutely devastating. It's about two girls who become very close, they're best friends. I think they're quite young, but one day they wander into the Ice Palace, which is a frozen waterfall in the Norwegian fjords, transformed into a fantastic structure of translucent walls, sparkling towers, and secret chambers. But then one of the girls goes missing in the Ice Palace, and I don't think she comes back. So I'm definitely gonna put this one on for January. It's super duper short. I have been waiting to read this for forever. I've heard so many good things about this author, and as well I'm still definitely 100% continuing my Around the World challenge. This is from Norway. I haven't read a book from Norway yet, so this one is also gonna tick off for that challenge because I definitely want to just complete a lot more books from different countries I've never read from in 2022. I'm not sure what my final count is for 2021, but I will let you know because I do have some more videos coming about that too. But this looks so amazing, so this is definitely 100% going on the TBR. That one is short, and I'm already a decent way through Frankenstein. Okay, so the other ones I have on here, let's just go through them. I do have Green Glass House. I don't think this is set in Christmas, is it? No, it's not. But it's wintertime. The creaky smuggler's inn is always quiet during this season, and 12-year-old Milo, the innkeeper's adopted son, plans to spend his holidays relaxing. Maybe it's Christmas holidays? Is there Christmas? If there's Christmas in here, I don't want to read it. I want to save it for next year. There is Christmas in here. Okay, I just saw the words Christmas. Okay, so Green Glass House. Oh, I wanted to read this so bad, but I do want to save it for like around Christmas again, and we're past Christmas. So I feel like I'm going to save this one for next year. If it doesn't involve that much Christmas, let me know, but like I just flipped through it and I saw like, you know, we're having Christmas, and I think it's set over the winter holidays, like Christmas holidays. We have another middle grade that I'm pretty sure I know is not set around Christmas, and that is A Wolf for a Spell by Kara Sutton. I talked about this in my most recent book haul, and I'm really excited. So there's wolves. This one also comes with illustrations, so I think I'm gonna put this one on because I know for sure that there's no Christmas, but it's still wintry and perfect, and I think we have a good balance of like lightheartedness and like absolute devastation. So these are the two I'm gonna take off of this shelf. The only other one I had on here right now was A Dowry of Blood. Yeah, so this one isn't about winter. I just really wanted to read it, so I might see if I can read this one too because it's a retelling of Dracula's Brides, and I did start it actually. I got 10 pages through and absolutely adored it. So we'll see. I might just put this one on anyway and see what happens, because I don't want to get like too wintered out, but we'll see. I think these are the ones I'm like really itching to read, so I'm gonna put these on. And then of course we still have like the audiobooks and the Kindle to go through. I did also create a couple piles on these bookshelves. This isn't how they're staying right now and they're a little bit messy, but I created this pile full of books that I really want to read this year. I don't know if necessarily they're going to be read in January because we already have a few on the go, and I'm not ready to reread 100 Years yet. I have a lot of work to do, I think, before I want to reread that book. And then down here as well is another pile of books that I want to read this year for sure. And then I did also get a couple of other books that are giving me a lot of winter vibes for Christmas, but I don't know. I feel like I should maybe just read Kitchen Princess because I've had this for a while. I've read all of these except for Kitchen Princess and Volume 3 of Sailor Moon. Oh, and Blue Period. So many people say I should just read this, so maybe I should. And this one too. I keep putting this on every TBR and then somehow not getting to it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll hesitantly put on Kitchen Princess because there's a whole video I want to do with this where I make the recipes from it. So yeah. And then I have some romances over here. This one's definitely winter. This one's for October. These two are giving me summer vibes, so probably not these guys. But I do really want to read God's Grave. I don't know. I think for right now, that's where we'll leave it, and I'll just see what's in audiobook right now because they might be some of the ones that I own. Okay, so just a little preview. Here's what the shelves are looking like out here. I pretty much just left those two where they are. I did take absolutely everything off and rearrange everything, which I'll talk about in a vlog because as you can see, my classics are now arranged by edition, which is so crazy. I never thought I'd do that, but I really like how it looks. So let's do the audiobooks first, and then let's see what else is on here. Oh, okay. So right now we have a Mrs. Dalloway. I already have that on the list, but I just got in two that I can either borrow or push back, and that is Supernova Era by Cixin Liu, who I read last year, The Three-Body Problem. So good. I definitely want to read more from this author, and this one is another sci-fi. I think it's about a world where people die very early. Within a year, everyone over the age of 13 will die because Earth has deadly levels of radiation from a supernova event. So then all of a sudden the children have to usher in a new era. Maybe. I feel like I always read sci-fi at the beginning of the year, but then I also just got in The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk, which is all about brain, mind, and body in the healing of trauma, which I think is going to be really good for me. And I really want to read it, take so many notes, and I think it's just gonna be, I don't know if they talk about brain injuries in here. I'm assuming they do, but I don't know. In my holds, there's a few wintry ones that I wanted to read. So I have The Voyage of Freydis by Tamara Goranson. Tells the story of the first and only woman to lead a Viking voyage across the Atlantic. Okay, so maybe that one. I think I'm gonna put that one on too. The Bright and the Pale by Jessica Rubinkowski was another one I wanted to read. I think that's young adult. It's also giving me a lot of winter vibes, although I have not heard good reviews, so I don't know. I wish Spinning Silver would get in because it's not. So many people have this book on hold, but I really wanted to read Spinning Silver. So I think we're gonna put on The Voyage of Freydis, obviously Mrs. Dalloway for audiobooks, and I think I'm gonna borrow The Body Keeps the Score. So the last thing I want to do is go through my Kindle and kind of see what I want to read in January. So I am in the middle of one book, actually. It's called Master of Salt and Bones. Yeah, Master of Salt and Bones. Who's this actually by? This is by Carrie Lake. I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue on with this one, but I went on Goodreads and it has really good reviews. So I believe it is dark romance, but it is also extremely gothic. We are set in this really, really small seaside town. And essentially we have this girl who is, you know, a local girl. She lives in the town and she goes to work up on Bone Salt's castle or something like that, because above this town there's like this place that everyone is super suspicious of. There's a lot of superstition and terror that circulates because this very powerful family lives there, but she is hired to be a companion for the mother, Mrs. Blackthorne, because she has dementia and she's going through a lot of health issues, and so she's just hired to be like a friend for her. But Lucian Blackthorne is like the son, I think, who lives there, and everyone is super duper afraid of him. It's a dark, modern, gothic, contemporary, standalone romance. So I think I'm gonna keep going because it has really good reviews. It's really dark. We're already like in the house. The plot is already going. We've already met Lucian. It also switches perspectives from Lucian and Izzy, I think, protagonist, but it's really dark and gothic and I'm loving like the atmosphere. But we haven't really gotten into any romance yet, but I'm excited to see where it goes. I feel like all these Kindle books could be an easy DNF if I just immediately am not liking it. I'm not gonna keep going with it because I do have Kindle Unlimited now. So they are technically, well, they're not technically free, but we'll see how it goes. So as of right now, Master of Salt and Bones, I keep getting this title mixed up. Definitely gonna keep reading that. I am 12% through. Okay, and then I have a few other ones in my library right now. They're mostly just romance. I do have Punk 57. I have Den of Vipers. This one sounds, actually, what is this even about? Den of Vipers looks absolutely unhinged. I want to read it. I have a couple Emma Hamm books in, and I really want to read more Emma Hamm this year because she does wonderful fairy tale retellings. I don't think I don't know if they're for everyone, but I really like them. So we have in Gilded Rose. I feel like this one is Beauty and the Beast or something, but I also have in Tempting Hades, which I think is another Hades retelling. I'm just gonna like see how they go, but right now I am definitely gonna continue with the first one I'm reading. So that's probably another like 2 or 3, but yes. So let me get my big pile. Final, I think, little pile, we have Frankenstein, Mrs. Dalloway, Neon Gods, The Ice Palace, so excited to start this one. Potentially also A Wolf for a Spell by Kara Sutton, potentially A Dowry of Blood, and then I did want to read The Body Keeps the Score. I don't know if I'll finish that this month because I really want to take that one slow, do a lot of research with that. I also said Supernova Era, potentially The Voyage of Freydis, and then what did I say? Master of Salt and Bones. Master of Salt and Bones? Those titles just all sound so similar to me after a while and I forget them. And then potentially Den of Vipers. So excited! That is my big stack for January. We'll just see what happens. I've just been having such a good time. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you're reading any of these so we can like talk about them together, what you're reading this month. And feel free to check out Likewise if you are stuck in book recommendations and want to get some new ones. Thank you so much again for sponsoring today's video. And until next time, I will see you guys so soon. I hope you're doing so well. I'm sending you a big hug. Love you so gosh darn much. Thank you so much for all of your support this year, all of your love. Please leave below as well if you want to see anything new on this channel, if you'd like to see more things included, if you have video ideas, if there's things you don't like to see on my channel, let me know as well. I just want to make this just a really good place, and I love your feedback. It is so appreciated, so valued, and I really love hearing from you guys. So I just want to say as well, it's been so nice to get to know literally hundreds of you. Like, I recognize your profile picture, your profile name, and though I don't obviously always have a face to connect to your name, it's like I feel like I know you. I just love hearing updates about your life. I love hearing what you're doing. I just feel like I know so many of you, and it's so nice to hear from all of you guys. I love this community so much. Thank you for all you've done for me. Thank you for watching my videos, and I'm gonna stop now before I cry. So until next time, ciao.